Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Weenus, and I am joined tonight by Slexia. Thank you for joining me, Slexia. How are you?
I am just fabulous. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. We have a Div D East game here for Nexus Gaming Series Season 6, Backbone AI versus Noodle Fiasco. Speaking of fiascos, like it was close to see if these teams are going to actually get to play tonight. But we are, and both the teams are ready to go. There is an extra person in this lobby. In this lobby. I clearly can't do. That was close. I almost said something else. I can't do multiple things at the same time. So I'm going to kick. Why? Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the lobby.
There's just all these people. Welcome to the lobby. Everything is cool in the lobby. Yeah, all these extra people are jumping into the lobby. So I'm not sure why they're in here, but we're gonna get started in just a second. So if you want to, Slexia, if you wouldn't mind kicking some of these guys out, we're gonna take a look at them.
Oh, my bad. I was doing everything but.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna hop on over to the map pool real quick to see what's going on here. All right, so the flip was won by Backbone, and they chose hero. They want the first hero pick in game 1. So Noodle Fiasco was able to ban towers, and Backbone banned out Sky Temple. Map that was picked was Dragonshire by Noodle Fiasco. All right. Is our lobby good, ready to go?
No, it wouldn't let me kick that person.
All right, there we go.
There we go. Looks like we're ready.
Let's see if these guys are ready to rumble in game 1. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, Kosh wants to be the captain. We'll do that. Boop, boop. Dark X333, thank you for the 6 bits. Thanks for coming by.
6 biddies.
This must be one of yours. Sofa coin for the cat lady with chickens.
That's me.
There may be chickens behind you.
I saw that. I was looking.
All right, Green Sheep, you want to be a captain too? Sure, why not? Everyone can be a captain. Captain for you, captain for me. Be all you can be.
Oh my god.
Don't actually make Greenie captain. Okay.
We're going to replace that scream with one of mine eventually.
Yeah, alright, so it looks like we are just gonna go then. Okay, we ready? Alright, well we're gonna start game 1 right after this.
Ooh, what are we gonna see here?
Dragonshire, Dragonshire, Dragonshire. Show me the good stuff. Are we gonna see normal bans here, you think, Slexia?
I don't.
Now that we're out of the lobby?
Right. You know what? I'm not really thinking we're gonna see the normal bans here. Oh, well, prove me.
Alright, so the first hero pick and hero ban is going to come out from Backbone. That is what they selected because they won the coin toss. Noodle Fiasco. Let's see what they decide is first ban worthy. Interesting map. But there's a lot of fighting that happens on this map that's split permanently. Like, it's really hard because you have to take up both of the objectives. All right, there's a common ban, KT.
Common ban. You know, you expect to see a lot of global bans for the OP heroes these days, I feel.
Yes.
But maybe they've got them waiting in the wing.
Could be. It just means we will not hear Salami a Shalanore. So I guess we just won't.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, we're not going to hear about his salami, which makes me sad a little bit because I do love a good salami. All right, I said that. Varian was banned.
Absolutely.
From Backbone. They maybe they're going to pick up something like a Lucio, maybe a Genji. I don't know. Maybe a Phoenix. All three very.
First global ban.
Oh yes. Goodbye, Brightwing. You're going to have to do your murder somewhere else. What do they want here? What is first pick worthy for Backbone? Muradin. Interesting.
Coming in strong with the Muradin. Look at that skin.
Interesting. I don't know if I would have picked that. Oh, Garrosh and Tyrande.
Nice strong picks coming from the red team.
I know.
Love to.
Yes, and I know, Slexia, I know you love Tyrande quite a bit. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Or am I just making stuff up? Could be both.
I do love her. I had to learn her because of my fear of her owls.
Yes. Beware of the owls. Dark X333 says, I'm rooting for Noodle Fiasco because the name. That's good. Just go off the name. It's pretty accurate most of the time. Stukov and Junkrat getting picked up for
Stukov is a common pick here. You know, with his E, it can really be debilitating when trying to fight over the shrine.
It's true, and he comes in really big handy.
No pun intended.
Because of his big hand. Yeah, big arm.
Yeah, that's it.
His Zergy bits.
That's it.
Speaking of Zergy bits, goodbye to Haka. Interesting, targeting a lot of the globals. Noodle Fiasco doesn't want to deal.
Asmo.
Well, if you weren't going to pick Asmo on the first shot, maybe you weren't going to pick him after that, but he is not going to be played. Him and his exposed, you-know-whats are not going to be on display tonight, unfortunately. Ooh, a Rexar. Riggedy Rexard.
That's, becoming more and more common these days with that recent patch. Let's see how it's played on this. Scary Man, Gul'dan, and Blaze.
Trailer Park Blaze. Snack. I love it. I really don't like that skin, actually. I think it's kind of... I just don't like it at all. But that's personal preference. I know some people that really like it, and that's fine. Play the skins and the heroes that you like as long as they're not banned. But yeah, that's a very good point about Rexar. He's very, very strong in that solo lane. If the player can play them well, and then with that buff, it might just be it.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see as we head into the game.
Last pickup, Hanzo on Green Sheep. Let's see if anybody swaps around in any of their heroes. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
And here we go.
All right, we're going to hop on into this game. So, which draft do you like better here?
I'm looking at this and I'm feeling that on paper, Noodle Fiasco looks pretty good to me. On execution and the opportunity for some unique scenarios to force people into with that E from Stukov and that bunker, or E from Blaze even, or the displacement from Junkrat, we could see some crazy things coming from the left side.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think if Rexar can keep things secure up in the top lane and really just be really hard to deal with, I think that could give the advantage to Noodle Fiasco, at least comp-wise, be able to get some early kills with the Garrosh. Toss some fools over some walls. work it out that way, get a little bit of an XP lead, and then eventually be able to take the Dragon Knight, because you have quite the lead. But I guess we'll see as we get into game 1. On Dragonshire, it's Backbone versus Noodle Fiasco. Let's get into the game. All right. Over here on the left side, we have Backbone AI. Blue team, we have Akash playing the Gul'dan. We have Beef Supreme playing the Blaze. We have Emobard? It's probably Emobard. That makes more sense. Playing the Junkrat. GG Torn playing the Stukov. And we have Jimma. Is that Jimma? Yeah, Jimma playing the Muradin. He's bounced around.
On the red side for Noodle Fiasco, we have Jin Confusion on Garrosh, Green Sheep on Hanzo, Arenia on Tyrande, Supreme Meep on Rexar, and Lord Zul on Li Ming.
And surprise, surprise, the very beginning we see that Rexar has gone up into the top lane, ready to hold that down.
He's hanging out, living his best life, claiming it as its own.
These teams love emojis, especially if they're spinning or rotating. All the eyeballs and all the spinners. It's incredible. Echo Corruption picked up by Gul'dan. He's going to be stacking that. New Habits picked up by Blaze. He's going to be stacking that as well. Target practice from Hanzo. Interesting.
Seeing the rotation of the 4-man down to bot with Hanzo hanging out mid. It's 3v4. Garrosh trying to get his Qs off at this time, but they are just shredding the red team. They're running for their lives at this point.
Huge amounts of damage coming out from Gul'dan, but somehow Tyrande keeps everyone alive in the bottom lane. That was so close to death. The shrines are
very close.
Shrines will be activating in about 15 seconds now. Let's see how things are going up in the top lane. Looks like Rexar's winning that for now.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to point out that Galloping Gazelle mount and what a beautiful sight it is.
Is that the Wonder Wilhelm? Oh, we have a game pause here.
Well, the way those flames look, top lane, just absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. Having a little bit of lag here. We're going to see if we can get the teams to log back in. Work out that lag. Because they closed everything they could, but the lag is still there. Oh no. Alright.
Here we are.
Let's we'll hide that chat for sure. Actually, we probably won't. Alright. I'm gonna resume the game. Let's get back into it.
Alright. Intermission.
Capture the shrines. Inherit the Dragon Knight's power.
Good, all those numbers are hiding what they're talking about. They're using all their bandwidth for. But here we go. You know, still, I think this top is going to get held pretty well by this Rexar. Although we are getting help from Gul'dan. Akash is coming up.
Absolutely. Blue has the option, but Hanzo has not left mid. He is just... He's like, I am soaking, guys. That is me. I'm here. This is my lane.
The gank top did not happen. It didn't quite, weren't able to pick it off, but Tyrande was picked off in the bottom lane. So that's going to be the first kill of the game going over to Backbone. The Dragon Knight is both channeled blue, both of the altars, so it could get picked up possibly by Gul'dan, but we have Hanzo keeping an eye on things and making sure no one just gets it for free.
We've got Blaze and Tyrande rotating in mid. Let's see what can happen here as Kosh goes to channel that Dragon Knight. Beef Supreme is keeping them away, and he gets it. Dragon Knight goes to a Kosh and Gold.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be a Backbone Dragon Knight #1. It's only a few minutes in, so it's not gonna be super powerful, but it has no one defending it from Noodle Fiasco at this moment in time. Here comes Tyrande. Here comes Garrosh. Rexar coming down as well, but in the meantime, Blaze is going to stay top, just continuing to soak and get that XP If you're not going to get the XP by taking down a fort, you're going to get it by soaking the lanes, and they are doing that with about a lead of level advantage, XP advantage right now, going to Backbone AI.
In the bottom lane, we see the Dragon Knight just contested solely by Li Ming and the minions that are burning to death right now. And the rest of the team is rotated down, and they're just going to take it out quickly. As the first Dragon Knight usually goes, it's just there for a little bit of flex and a little bit of XP.
Absolutely. Thank you for the reminder that I was on the wrong draft screen between the pausing. They could see most of it, they just actually had to look at me while we were doing it, so sorry, I apologize for that. Tough fight in the bottom, though. We have a 4v3. Bottom getting soaked up by that Hanzo, but Hanzo's going to switch out with Rexar. He's going to come down and join his compatriots for Noodle Fiasco. Garrosh taking a lot of damage.
Garrosh
nice
just placed by that grenade.
Ooh, he's getting low. Murden is on the chase. Will he land the stun? No, stun. He gets thrown away. Interesting. And an escape for Garrosh.
Easy for him.
Very good. Very good. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he got out of there. The escapes this game so far have been pretty epic.
They certainly have. It doesn't, it certainly helps that Garrosh can't die. So that's one he has going for him.
Yeah, Garrosh is hard to kill, and just when you think you've got him low enough, he's going to steal your health and he's going to pop back up a little bit. Although,
so let's see
go ahead.
They're looking to do right now. It looks like the blue team is taking over their siege camp. Red team is doing the same, and they're preparing to get those shrines and have some pressure bot. I'm curious to see what's going to happen mid with them rotating up. Clearly nothing.
Absolutely. So both these camps are going to be rushing down the lane. We'll see who wants to clear these first. Objective will be up in another 5 seconds. We have 27 stacks so far on Echo Corruption for Gul'dan, so he's making some progress, making that work. Also, 9's now available for Backbone, so they're going to probably hit 10 first, and then when those ultimates come out, could be bad news, unless Noodle Fiasco gets level 10 as well. Top lane, Blaze is in trouble. It's going to try to get away from this Rexar. Rexar is claiming and chasing, but here comes Gul'dan to follow this fight up with.
Misha is very, very protective when it comes to holding lanes. Misha never wants to see Rexar unhappy, and we see that here as he's holding the point alone and stuns Gul'dan while blue gets channels the objective again mid flashing. Top looks a little rough. Rexar's having to back up.
Yeah, Misha has to bear a lot of responsibility.
Absolutely. Pun intended there, though.
Yeah, it's in her contract. It's at the very bottom in the bear clause. But yeah, so you gotta keep it. Oh no! Run, Misha, run!
Yeah, Misha's hurt. Let's see what's happening bot. Red was taken over down there.
Yeah, so both of these altars are basically split. So you have top going over to Backbone and bottom going over to Noodle Fiasco, but they are making a move. Backbone wants this bottom shrine as well.
We have 10s on both sides at this point. It looks like the red team Noodle Fiasco went with Warlord's challenge for Garrosh. Looks like we're still waiting to decide for Hanzo. Shadowstalk for Tyrande, Bestial Wrath for Rexar, and Disintegrate from the Li Ming.
Absolutely, we saw that Riptire come out just a little while ago, and shame on me trying to figure out this pause and all of these overlays last minute. Bahamut, thank you so much for the host. I completely missed that. Such a kind gentleman. You guys go check out all of his casts. They are fantastic. Some of this engagement here over on the left for Backbone. We have Massive Shove on Stukov. We have Bunker for Blaze. Horrified on Gul'dan Riptire, as we saw on Junkrat. And we have Avatar on Muradin. We lost
like
Blaze
Hanzo
in the
decided
top.
to looks like that did happen. Hanzo decided to pick up Dragon's Arrow, and while blue had it channeled again, Gul'dan almost got the dragon, but we're back to that eternal fight that happens on this map, and now we see it channeled all red, and Hanzo is just there ready. He's got
Ready and steady to go. Noodle Fiasco says, you get the Dragon Knight the first time. We're going to take it now, and we're going to see if we can do a better job getting more damage. You know, as time goes on, the Dragon Knight does get stronger, so they have that advantage. The Rexar having to back completely, giving his all, trying to protect that top shrine. Or altar, rather. Is it an altar or a shrine? Does it matter? Is it the same?
You know, it's just whatever you decide to call it on any given day. You know what I
It's true. It depends how you're feeling.
Yeah. They get so confusing. So many maps with things to channel, places to be.
Out comes Riptire. It will take down the final remaining health of the Dragon Knight, but it was pretty low already. Here's a big engage onto Hanzo, but Hanzo is able to get away as the fear comes out, and now it's Garrosh who's being chased. Oh, nice. Dragon Arrow coming out and stunning the members of Backbone.
You know, what's interesting there is that we had a 5v4. Hanzo left, went mid, it went to 5v3, and it was just, they were running away from that whole fight. I'm curious to see if we're going to get a full 5v5 at any point on the...
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, what's interesting is there's been a lot of fights where it looks like someone's going to go down, someone's going to drop, and so far there's only 2 kills to 2 kills, and people have escaped and gotten away, but there's a big amount of pressure in this bottom lane as Backbone wants this fort. It's going to be engaged on a 3v3, but they got the camp pressure both in the lane and directly from those siege giants, so we'll see. Gul'dan does not want to be on the front line. A little baby toss from Garrosh. Not getting a whole lot of value, but now it's a 4v3, and that fort is gone. So it'll be interesting to see if what happens here. Misha's just hanging out mid with Rexar, and Hanzo is top. So Riptire comes out. Big blast onto Tyrande. There's the Muradin stun. Oh, there's some Echoed Corruption. Not doing it quite yet.
Alt Q, Tyrande, Spell Shield for the win. It looks like Rexar got that Bruiser camp and it's pushing top, and we have Blaze versus Hanzo, Rexar, and the camp. Throwing out his flames, shooting his fire, getting stunned by Misha. It looks like he is going down.
Wow, looked like he got body blocked by all those minions. Hard to say. Gul'dan came in to help, but wasn't quite there in time, but will be able to soak at least. So this is putting Noodle Fiasco in a good position to get this shrines. Once again, Hanzo's already in the middle, ready to pick up the Dragon Knight. And just like that,
already picked up. Like butter. Knife through butter.
On like Donkey Kong.
All of those things. Oh, Gul'dan got kicked across the map, and the fountain is gone mid. Fort is on its way down. This Dragon Knight looks pretty strong.
Yeah, and chat brings up a really good point that whatever these things that are being channeled, they could be a control point, a beacon, maybe a tribute, a seed, a thingy. It could be all these things and more. A payload, a doodad, a MacGuffin, a nuke.
Okay.
These guys in chat have come up with the best ideas for what this is called.
I think it is a
Riptire comes out, but it ripped itself, and it gets destroyed before it actually makes contact. Dragon Knight goes down. Mid fort is now gone. It's going to be a trade-off of structures, as we still have 5 remaining on both sides. So, but Garrosh is getting chased. Chased.
We're seeing the chase. We're seeing Noodle Fiasco take these fights outnumbered in every engagement, and it hasn't turned out in a positive way for them. But it looks like they're trying to push back and avenge. No. They're pushing back because they killed someone.
Yeah, we lost Blaze.
2 down.
There's a kill on Stukov. Hanzo falls as well. 16 talent tier advantage for Noodle Fiasco. It's kind of funny. They fought all their way towards Noodle Fiasco, then they fought all the way back to the Backbone side. It was just a back and forth. It was a weird, some kind of weird party train out in the street.
Absolutely.
Fighting all the way up and down.
Looks like Noodle Fiasco is getting their siege, and And Backbone is on their Bruiser with Rexar probably keeping an eye on the Bruiser as he's really good at getting camps. We have about a minute left on theirs, which is probably a better time to actually get that before the objective because it's easy to just clear it at this point. But we see bot pushing pretty hard with that siege camp, and looks like the blue team is going to answer to that right now, and let's see what kind of fight we get.
Push it real good. The baby toss is a talent, says Grogman. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to talent into that for sure. That's so funny. All right, so Blaze, you know, I think Blaze is in trouble up here against Rexar and Hanzo. At least they have a camp pushing there, so that's gonna need to be taken out. But I'm worried about this 3v4 engage where you don't have a tower. Out comes Riptire, chasing.
Another baby toss. Oh, Riptire.
In goes Muradin.
Not enough.
Landing that stun.
Is it enough? Ooh, the orb comes out. Disintegrate. No.
Gonna have to pop some heals, make sure they don't succumb to that poison, and they survive. And that does.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the top lane.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have Beef Supreme hiding in the bushes, looking to see if it's safe enough, fearing Misha because she is absolutely terrifying, and deciding, you know what? Nope, I'm not getting that point. It's not worth it, right?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In the top lane, you have Beef Supreme and you have Supreme Meep. It doesn't matter what way you're looking at it. You're going to be covered in sour cream and have tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. That's what makes those characters so supreme.
Absolutely. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Taco Bell. Do not eat any of their food except for do, because it's delicious at 3 a.m. Lord Zool getting stunned in a bad spot, teleporting a little bit away. It's getting chased by Murden, and that
pushing, and Li Ming is just disintegrated by whatever talent was used to kill her.
She was disintegrated, even though she is the one with disintegrate.
Right.
It's ironic, yeah. Fear was used, Horrify was used there. Out comes Riptire. Careful, Toronto, that's heading for you.
This is looking a bit
spicy.
Dangerous. Very spicy. I'm curious if they're just like, you know, the Dragon Knight isn't how we're gonna win. We're just pushing keep and ending here. But it appears that maybe they are going to scatter throughout the map and decide to do other things. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some backup in the top lane. This poor Blaze is like, help me, help me, help me. It's been 1v2 for so long. And here come the members. Hanzo realizes that he's not alone, and in comes Backbone, looking for a pick.
Ooh,
misses
and
with the
Hanzo
stun.
is in trouble. He is dead.
Hanzo will fall. There's some pressure though here in the mid from Noodle Fiasco. Gonna get some catapult damage there on that structure. But, you know, I think it's Noodle Fiasco. They're just trying to keep this dragon from getting picked up by Backbone here.
Supreme is already trying to channel Misha. It's like, you know, get off of that. The stun comes out. 2 stuns at once. Misha and Tyrande going for a stun. Misha's looking low. It looks like Muradin is just having a bad day there. Gemma is... Ooh. Tyrande goes...
Yeah, Toronto gets hit by that Horrify and will not be able to survive. Gets blown up, and that allows Gul'dan to pick up the Dragon Knight here for Backbone, as well as Junkrat pushing bottom is able to completely delete that keep down there. So there's going to be a bunch of pressure from catapults happening down there from now on. Out comes Riptire again, perpetually getting that Garrosh a little bit lower, but definitely not killing him.
Looks like Misha is retreating for the first time this game, and Garrosh is just trying to hang on for dear life as he just gets wrecked while thrown in the air by that Riptire. Actually, it wasn't the Riptire, it was that mine by Junkrat.
Yeah, doing a lot of displacement. Junkrat has caused Noodle Fiasco to be out of position in a few different ways.
Here we are at the core already at 17 minutes. We have blue team, all 5 up, pushing heavily. Ooh, we see Noodle Fiasco just deciding that no.
Oh, in too deep,
Don't come at us.
There goes Stukov. There goes Blaze, and the chase continues. Akash now trying to take Hanzo's life. blows them up with a Horrify. Is getting chased by a few members, though. Noodle Fiasco, he has 479 health. I think he's going to get away.
Epic Q. What an epic Q from that Muradin. Saved his buddy's life with that.
Your buddy's buddy.
Back to the macro game for the blue team over on their siege camp. Want to get that bot to push again and again until it's just at the core. Taking percentage damage without people realizing.
It's that sneaky damage. You gotta watch out. Bruiser camp.
But whoa.
At this part, Emo Bard is just causing trouble for Noodle Fiasco.
Time on that Bruiser.
Just making them spend more time on it as the members of both sides respawn.
Top keep is looking, or actually top fort is very low. As we have the Bruiser up towards it, it looks like Junkrat's rotating up to maybe clear it, but we could see top fort fall for the blue team. It appears that is where they are headed. Never mind.
Puns coming out from chat as well, saying that the blue team has broken red team's backbone. They have broken down this mid and bottom keep though, so that will be hard to defend, as having that structural advantage makes it a lot harder to split into lanes to get those shrines.
Yeah, there's not a camp unclaimed on this map at this point. We're 8 seconds until we have another dragon shrine pop up, and it's just clean up city. It's like janitors all over the map trying to get those lanes clear so that they can fight for what's rightfully theirs, and that's the dragon.
That and their right to party. You have to fight for that right too.
First and foremost.
Absolutely. So once, looks like this, they're going to lose the top fort for Noodle Fiasco as well. This is probably a trend that's going to continue unless they actively clean all the lanes. Backbone gets that bottom shrine.
This is a scary place for a Noodle Fiasco to be in. You know, this is really the game here if Dragon gets picked up by Backbone. It looks like they're sticking together now as a team as Gul'dan rotates up and changes his mind to come back mid. Maybe they're looking for a fight, but Rexar is bot. And so we may see the scenario again where we have a 4v5 and see how it plays out.
The big guns hiding into this bush, back and forth, looking on if they're going to engage.
Ooh,
in goes
there's a
Muradin.
throw from Garrosh. Muradin threw him. Ooh. That stun didn't quite hit it.
During this little confrontation, though, Misha and Rexar have gone bottom for a little trip to go take that temple. And Blaze has gone top. Here comes the Riptire that maybe didn't go off. Dragon Arrow goes out. Jimma is getting chased. Ooh, gets interrupted mid-jump. A lot of damage. Gul'dan putting out a lot of damage on the back line.
Hanzo is ticking away his life, and it just expired. Gul'dan's damage is extremely high right now. Each one of those ticks is devastating for the other team.
Yeah, looking at the hero damage, 83k from Gul'dan. Next highest is going to be 60k from Hanzo. So really putting in a lot of work there on Gul'dan. Looking at some of the healing, 72k from Stukov, 84 from Tyrande. So Tyrande's putting in a lot of healing work. Both healers are putting in a lot of work here as
Definitely
we fight for this next Dragon Knight. Yeah.
Popping those pustules.
That is the dream as well for Stukov.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, Supreme. Rexar just gets blown up. Gul'dan just punishing him with all those extra stacks. Echo Corruption being stacked.
It's like the blue team is starting to channel mid, and we have a very deadly Ming trying to defend it. We see Stukov and the Dragon Knight pushing to probably try to end game. He kicks Garrosh across the map.
Yeah, with 2 members down of Noodle Fiasco and a 22 and 23 minute Dragon Knight, this is going to be very hard to defend, if not impossible. Out comes the Horrify, and down goes the Tyrande.
Dragonite is chunking the core just non-stop. Hanzo's damage can do nothing to Beef Supreme. Garrosh, will we see him? No. And that's game 1.
Game 1 going to Backbone AI. GG's. I know we just looked at those stats, but I guess we can pull those up again and see what we saw here. All right, so 12-7 kills at the very end. It started off kind of slow as far as kills go, but we had a Dragon Knight claimed, I think, within first 8 minutes. Sometimes that can drag on and on and on. So both teams were able to get the Dragon Knight. I believe the first one was claimed by Backbone, and then the next couple by Noodle Fiasco. So we had some back and forth. It's good. It's fun. I could see it going either way.
Backbone take the first one and just kind of get a couple walls down. Noodle got that second one, and then from there we saw some definite attempts at trying to regain control, but everyone was keeping an eye on every single camp at every single time, and they were just taking them. And really, it came down to the best battle at the shrines themselves. And each time we saw, the blue team take that no matter what. They just had so many more bodies that Misha counts for like 5 people.
Absolutely. Getting the notification now that Noodle Fiasco for game 2, they want that first pick, which I always assume is going to be hero first pick instead of map, because map first pick is gone. So we are going to check in with Backbone and see which map we are going to be playing for game number 2. And then we'll set up that lobby. Let's take a look at the map here. So that is going to be a win for Backbone. And next we'll be going to Infernal Shrines. And that is going to be picked up by... Alright, Backbone picked that map. There we go. Alright. Time to set up lobby number 2. Let's see if a whole bunch of other weird people show up and into this game lobby like last time.
Yeah, if you're watching this, please do not join on accident.
We're looking at you, Grogman. I know you want to. Please don't. Look at that. We both get to be referees. All right. Let's get...
I have my whistle. Just kidding, I don't.
Yeah, where's that whisper?
Oh, my whisper. I said whistle, but I mean, sure. It's a referee whisper with me. It's a referee whisper.
Is it a careless whisper? Because that's what I thought we were going with.
Interestingly enough, that is the 3rd time that song has been referenced today for me. I'm never gonna hear again. Venus's stream has me deaf.
Absolutely. All right.
What? Huh?
Come again?
What?
Say what?
Can't hear you. The chicken recessed my eardrums.
All right, so team members are filing in here. We got 3 of 5. And I'm going to be right back. In just a second, we'll get these teams in here and we'll bring you game number 2.
We're saying, like, picking up a knife through butter.
Picking up a knife through butter, and we're
Yeah.
back. We are back here for
We are
game number
back.
2.
Picking up knives through butter. What a greasy situation.
Exactly. It's pretty slick. All right, so we need to move beef supreme. Here we go. There we go. Excellent. All right. Let's see.
You know, I'm getting messages that people wish that I were more angry, Slexia, with a shoutcaster. Quite frankly, I'm very green at this and terrified. So you're going to see a softer side today, guys.
Softer side of Slexi. Yeah. I like it. All right.
Softer side.
Backbone chose the map here, so we are going to give Team 2 first pick. Okay. I think we are all set up and ready to go. If you guys are hanging out in chat, thanks for being here. Let's check with the team, see if they're ready to rock and roll. So what do you think of that first game?
I thought it got close. I thought for a second that we were going to see the red team take it. And, you know, it was definitely an interesting game. I really need to digest it for a little.
All right, well, maybe everyone else will digest it as we get into game 2 right after this. I want to hear your Infernal Shrines impression.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Infernal Shrines.
Wow, that was pretty good. I'm impressed.
That's my shoutcasting. That's it. I just go hard.
Go hard or go home, or go hard and go home.
I'm both, yeah.
You're at home and you're also... Okay, moving on.
Yes, here we are, Infernal Shrines! And we have the first band coming out from Noodle Fiasco.
Yeah, looking for some
No, go ahead.
payback. Looking to push this into game number 3 by getting a win here.
Let's see if there are any respect bands. This map is really one of the best maps in the game, in my opinion. There's many different ways to play it, and macro is so important, and we saw both teams really focusing on that in last game. So I'm curious. I'm just so curious. We're counting down here. 3 seconds left. 2, 1.
NA ban? Oh.
Junkrat. Respect to the Junkrat. Those displacements were absolutely devastating last match.
I think they were rip tired of playing against him, so another respect ban coming out from Oshkosh Garage. Bye-bye, buddy.
Respect ban for the player, respect ban for the fact that he is just a very powerful tank right now.
Yeah, and there's several times last game where I thought Garage was dead, and he just walked around everybody, slowly made his way.
He does.
Did his little short hop on everybody. Yeah.
Just armored up the whole time, just throwing minions a very short distance and walking away like not phased.
Grog, man. Hulk mode, please. Soft Kitty Slex from Dark X333. Ragnarok says, dope intro, Moist Weenus. Thanks, Ragnarok. You're dope, my friend.
Thanks, I created that.
Yeah, she made it in about 5 minutes, and it was pretty crazy. So rounding out the bands is Stukov. Another also, all these players, including Rexstar, were played last match, so everyone has decided that they don't want to play it anymore, and we see Blaze again on
Blaze
the Beef Supreme.
Ooh, he changed his skin though. Maybe that's a respect change for you, not really caring for that unarmored, softer side of Blaze.
You got to be careful when you play with the tint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That green.
You need good handling when you play with the tint. But I do like the matchup on Blaze. Maybe they heard me bad mouthing that skin, like you're saying.
Probably,
I hope not. I hope not. You should play the skins that you love, not the ones that Weenus thinks are the best.
Ooh, Muradin on the red team with the Brightwing, looking festive for Halloween.
It's just in time for Halloween. Is it March or is it October? Whatever.
Both.
It's fine. It's good. I really like KT on this map. One of the stronger heroes so far as an early pick, and they do pick him up first. Just so much fire damage, passing the bomb. And
that is true if he's given the chance to get off any of his abilities. First picking a mage like that definitely gives the blue team the opportunity to just pick into him and slowly form a comp that will take him out. So let's see how the red team can actually protect that KT, who is surely their whatever the analogy is for their winner. Is that ace in the hole or something like that? Isn't it like knife up and butter or something?
It's picking up knives through butter. That's basically.
That's right. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
It's the saying. Absolutely. So a variant ban again here from Backbone. I wonder if this is a targeted ban or they just don't like playing against him. Morales and Vala picked up also from Backbone.
Interesting. A lot of Morales these days.
I like Morales here.
Curious to see. Absolutely.
I think it's good.
Wonder which ult.
You want to see the mom minivan, but you know you're
Certainly.
not. Sagara and Jaina.
Quite a bit of wave clear coming out from the the red team.
Noodle Fiasco, that double mage. Hot damn.
Double mage, Sagara. Ooh, a Chromie, if played right, can just ruin people's lives.
Your life will vanish in a small, tiny circle, and then a whoosh of sand, and you're like,
It's pretty much instant, and I want to point out that skin is absolutely one of the best, and I think it gives them an edge here.
It really does. Are you talking about the Chromie skin?
Yes, 100%.
Oh yeah, Dead to Rights. That's my favorite skin. I play it all the time. It confuses people a little bit just because it's a glorious skin, and they get confused because they're like, it's so beautiful. And they get lost and entranced.
It's too much to look at. Yeah. The swirling sands are like a hypnotic thing, and she just drops that dragon on you.
It's interesting. There's quite a level difference. If you can see all the players' levels right here, and we have many over 1,000 over on Backbone, and you know the highest we have is 695. For a Noodle Fiasco. It's just kind of interesting. It looks like there might be a little bit more collective experience on Backbone. But here we go.
Yeah. Or all Smurfs. We'll never know.
We will never know. Here we go into game number 2. On the left side, we have blue team. We have Backbone AI with Jimma playing that Diablo Beef Supreme on the Blaze. Akash playing Vala. GG Torin playing that Morales. And Emo Bard on that Chromie.
On the red side, for Noodle Fiasco, we have Jin Confusion on Muradin, Arenia on Brightwing, Lord Zul Jaina, Green Sheep on Zagara, and Supreme Meep on Keltha.
Alright, another Supreme matchup here. We're going to see some tank-on-tank action in the very beginning as Zagara once again heads top, trying to get that creep down on the ground.
And that creep down.
Playing the old nasty twister, as I call it. All that creep on the ground.
It is nasty. It really is. You hate to look at it.
The game is easy to play.
Ooh, an infamous tank shredder takes Muradin out.
I was gonna say the nasty twister is easy to play because it's left hand, left foot, right foot, all touching nasty on that Zagara creep. But that is the first kill of the game on Muradin. Trying to hop away, just picked off at the very end by that Vala.
That arrow hungered.
Yeah, that arrow's going to go to Taco Bell later. And definitely get a Taco 10-pack.
Supreme tacos. And we already see the the red team rotating down and clearing, trying to get that XP advantage with the insane amount of wave clear that they have, but they're soon to be flanked by Diablo, who flips the Brightwing Alt E and just float away by that majestic fairy dragon.
Blaze getting a little help in the top lane from Vala, and Zagara is a little bit low, trying to regain some health, get ready to re-engage on Blaze. I think just a straight up Zagara versus Blaze, I favor that Zagara, but you know, when you have rotations made from Backbone going up to help it push that lane, there's potential a gank situation for sure.
Beef Supreme is on point with his oil spills, though. They are really zoning Zagara back and keeping her from being able to use her nasty twister all over that.
Exactly. You have to practice very oily in the morning to make sure those slicks get where you want them to. And KT is blown up before Brightwing can come in.
That little bobble-headed demon Chromie mid is just flanking from the side, throwing sand left and right, dropping dragons on people's heads, just not caring.
Going in deep. It looks like Blaze was picked off. I believe that was in the top lane. I think Zagara got a hold of him. Zavala is going to go up there and cover the lanes. The Shrine is going to be active in 20 seconds here for the first Punisher. So it's camp time.
It's camp time. It sure is. We look at and see Gemma flipping those bruisers and just getting life fed to him by Morales, who now is out of energy. But Bruiser camp on its way top, while the rest of the team, the two teams, rotate to the Shrine.
Blaze is taking a lot of damage. It has to back up. I like the camp choice here from Backbone as they pick up those Bruiser camps, which are going to go top instead of the siege camp that's going to go mid. It's a little bit too close to the objective and might possibly just get cleared quite easily.
You know, this is a very interesting scenario that we have. You know, two tanks were selected on the blue side immediately, and Noodle Fiasco decided that, you know, another front line wasn't for them, and instead to go with the wave clear. And we're kind of seeing how devastating that is at this point, with Jhin Confusion just getting thrown around and just executed on this Shrine.
Well, I mean, how do you beat two mages? You pick a mage that has even more range. And that is what they picked up in Chromie. Like, Chromie is going to outdistance this KT, outdistance this Jaina. And that's what they're doing right now.
Knows where they're hiding, continues to throw sand on their faces, ruin their lives. Supreme Meep is over there just hiding, going from bush to bush, but, you know, blue team doing a pretty good job at zoning them out, keeping them from being able to get minions, and they do take the first Mortar Punisher as it pushes mid.
You know, Chromie's tool set is like perpetual pocket sand. She's just throwing it at different velocities. I love it. All right, so the Mortar Punisher is going to push in here on this mid fort. It's going to hop around,
yikes.
Give some spanks to Jaina.
That Chromie W followed up by that Punisher stun was almost a death for Jaina, but she got away. She tapped. She's getting healed up. And it looks like mid fort is gone.
Yeah, that Ice Mage got those buns warmed. Those hot cross buns slapped around.
1 a penny, 2 a penny. Let's see what camps are being taken now.
Siege camps, and this other siege camp is going to respawn in 30 seconds for Noodle Fiasco, but they already picked that up. Looks like we got maybe some value in the top lane from that camp.
Some value. It looks like chat is saying that you know, Zagara is better when it comes to fighting, but here, you know, we're seeing that the team fight is not enriched by that Zagara yet, but they could very well be scaling. What we also see is Chromie just walking around like she owns the place, because she really has been kind of just doing whatever she wants, and she's pretty accurate with her abilities too. I'm impressed.
Yeah, when you have two mages and Zagara, it's hard to deep dive on that Chromie. You have Muradin, but when Muradin jumps in on the backline on this Chromie, that's it. Like, that's all you have as far as you're engaged. Well, it takes the backline a little while to move forward. So, I mean, I think that's why Chromie's been so safe up to this point.
You know, and a Brightwing lover I am. I can't even deny it. What's unfortunate for the red team, which I really hope we'll be able to see some power plays by Brightwing, is the fact that the mages have to be huddled and hugging Brightwing for heals, which for Chromie throwing out these W's and with her accuracy is just deleting every heal that pumps out by Brightwing.
Oh, Zagara in trouble. 56, 60 HP.
Ooh.
70.
Green sheep. Oh, just running.
80 and does get taken out. Oh my goodness. I thought Zagara might get out there for a second, but it is not to be.
Not even 25 legs can save or help her run faster.
That's true. All right,
wall
engage here
bang.
onto
Muradin is in trouble, but he dwarf tosses himself out of that predicament. He was.
Ultimate's up for Backbone. Strafe on Valo. Stim drone from Morales. Oh, no minivan. Slowing sands on Chromie. Apocalypse from Diablo. And we have the combustion. Yes, from Blaze. What do we got going over on Noodle Fiasco?
Yeah. Well, it looks like Muradin's taken Avatar definitely to try to help him sustain through that damage. Blink heal from Brightwing for the non-stop damage. Water Elemental for Jaina. Nidus Network for Zagara, and Pyroblast from KT. And I wonder who that is going to be used for.
It's definitely going to be used for that Chromie. That is for sure.
Couldn't click that fast enough. There's creep all over this shrine. I wonder if it'll have any impact.
There goes Stim.
Looks
Elemental
Stim
is
out.
used, as well as Slowing
Paula
Stance.
is-
Apoc is down as well, and here comes Combustion to get a lot of damage onto Zagara. Zagara goes down, as well as Jaina and Vala, and it's going to be Muradin next. If he can get away, though, 100, now up to 500 health. That was very close.
Yeah, I'd say Twister was definitely played top, and we just see practically full health there as the blue team is at 14 minions, almost matching the 15 by the red. But they came in, it's 3v3, 4v3. Chromie looking to prioritize the minions, actually, for the shrine.
Here come the rest of the members of Noodle Fiasco as Vala is on her way, but not quite there yet. Slowing Sands going down just to zone momentarily. A big stun onto Jaina. Water Elemental is popped yet again. This fight is continuing.
There's some outrageous CC coming out from Beef Supreme using those E's on Blaze. Jin Confusion really can't compete. He is just, Vala is on him like knife on butter.
Like a knife through butter every single time. All right, so we have almost a full level lead here for Backbone AI, and they got this second Frozen Punisher. It's gonna do some work. Oh, getting a double stand.
Doing a lot of work.
And those
And
hot
then
crossed
Vala
buns
follows up.
are crossed for the last time.
Zagara's just piecing out back to base. Not even missing health, just I am too scared to be here. I will meet you at Keep.
Out comes Stim on this Vala. Boom, 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 blowing it up.
The Supreme Meep stepping back, trying to regain some health after tapping. Punisher's down, but this Chromie is just wailing.
Absolutely, 43 stacks from a Chromie. Getting very, very close to 50 there. Jaina's at about 7,000, 15. Oh, here we go.
Bribes
Almost.
are used. Brightwing got away with getting that camp, but let's see if it's worth it. They're able to retreat. We see the pings. The camp will die where it came to life.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very, very bold call to try to get their own camp there, just because they were on the retreat. Didn't have didn't really have the manpower to take it with Zagara bottom, but they ended up getting it. But Jaina now mid is going to get picked. Just can't get out of the slow from Chromie, and that's all she wrote.
Zagara is really trying to push as hard as she can bot, but we see Blaze is rotating down, and again Zagara just backing up, just playing that twister.
That's right.
Ooh.
And this isn't not the ideal matchup either for Blaze, so I mean, Zagara, I think, kind of is in control in this bottom lane, but will it be an invasion here from top? Can they get past
Ooh, we're
the
seeing
gate?
the flanks. We're seeing the
Oh, here
flanks
they
and the
come.
stun. Slowing Sands. Jin Confusion is confused. He's running back through the sands, jumping over it, looking to just throw his thunderclap down on Supreme, trying to keep his team alive.
Diablo was playing bumper ball there with that Zagara. Zagara says, I have had enough of this. I am going to another lane. See ya. And it's going to be Backbone that starts making progress on this camp here. This bottom siege camp. 15 right around the corner. There it is for Backbone. Searching for 16. Even talent tier right now between the two teams. So, I mean, if we're going to have a comeback, this is going to be the time to do it. Oh, a massive 3-man stun here from the Blaze. Out comes Combustion.
On point with this is looking rough for Noodle Fiasco. Zagara comes in to try to help, but it looks like they're not committed to really fighting here. Maybe they're changing their mind. Jin Confusion, pretty low, decides to actually back up at this point. But as we can see, blue team went ahead and got their siege camp, and as the shrine is popping, it looks like they're probably rotating up to their bruiser, leaving no camp left behind.
I believe that was enacted by George W., right? No camp left behind.
I think it was Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Garage Clinton, I believe, is her full, her maiden name, I believe, is what is it, Whitemane? Is that what it is?
I couldn't tell you. You're the expert.
Tell me. We don't talk politics. We talk hots.
Hots and politics. Nothing better. Oh my God, Muradin was wallbang flipped. Almost taken out by that Chromie W. He had to back up. His trait has popped, but they are just, again, being zoned out, probably wondering how they're going to regain, if not grant or give themselves any footing here to try to get the map. Zagara is split to mid, clearing, rotating up top, and let's take a look at Shrine.
Shrine is going squarely over to Backbone there, popping a couple ults as well, but really if the re-engage is going to come, it has to be now. Diving onto Chromie, Stasis is popped. Can they set up a kill? Jaina. Oh, really good zoning by Diablo there. Out comes
Brightwing wants that blood.
Here comes Combustion. It's going to be Brightwing who drops first. General Confusion is on the back line, is slowly getting burned down, and is hop, skipped, and jumped into the ground. Whew. Arcane Punisher goes to Backbone, and it's going to get this fort and so much more.
Alright, we have the two mages backing up behind their keep wall. Still mounted, just waiting, hoping they're not the ones the Punisher jumps at.
Noodle Fiasco looking for 16 here. Would be nice if they can get it, but they don't really have much of a choice. Zagara is up in the other lanes trying to get that, and here comes the 16s, but is it too late? Probably to save this keep, but this could be game if any members of Noodle Fiasco get picked here. In goes the Punisher. A big flip onto Jaina. Jaina getting caught.
Is trapped, and she's done. We see Muradin just charge. Brightwing doing her best to blink, but almost dying before entering base.
So there goes the keep. The Punisher is pretty low though, so if they can hold it together, wow, there goes Muradin. So this is starting to look a little sketch, a little iffy. Oh, and there goes Brightwing.
Slowing Sands on the steps. Zagara down. 3 down. KT left. Here comes that Pyro. Is he gonna get it? Oh, he sent it to Vala, who was not phased.
Core's at 10. This is going to be it. And that is 0.
GG.
GG's in this game number 2, going over to Backbone AI. Let's take a look at some of these stats, shall we? Vala really putting in the work. Holla for your Vala, 102k siege damage, 50k hero damage, 11 kills, 1 death. Vala was a beast this game.
Absolutely. Vala was shredding through that Muradin, their only front line, which made it very challenging for the back line to get any damage out whatsoever. As you can see, Brightwing for Noodle Fiasco has about 56k healing by hugging those mages who are holding on for dear life, while Chromie was just really supplemental damage, as we can see, you know, bringing them down, and Vala just getting those kills again and again.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's this was a little bit of a rough game here for Noodle Fiasco, but you know, I think they had some good ideas that just didn't quite work out. Getting caught a couple times around objectives made it difficult to defend and also to claim the objective. So I mean, you can have all the wave clear in the world, and that's good on the objective, but if you lose the team fight and you get your team blown up and you're missing members and you just can't engage, then you have to give up the objective. So you have to have the clear on the objective, but also you have to be able to control it as well. So
absolutely. In close quarters, you know, with Blaze and self-sustain and that Diablo just scaring the, I don't know if I can cuss, out of everyone at all times, you know, it's really trying to pick a team comp that's going to allow you to do damage and not get killed. And that Chromie and Vala were protected like they were the presidential elite with their own escort at all times.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're gonna check to see if we can get maybe talk to Akash or somebody from Backbone to see if they want to talk about that game that we just played there. So let's go ahead and hop into lobby number 1. All right. All right, so we'll see if Akash will jump on in here. We can ask him a few questions about this game. And here he is. Congratulations, sir, and welcome.
Thanks.
Congratulations on your 2-0 victory for the game that was possibly going to be played at another time. So I guess you guys must be feeling pretty good about getting this game on the books.
Yeah, considering everything that happened, it worked out as well as it could have.
Absolutely.
The almost game.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a skeleton crew situation for teams today just because of sickness and travel and all that, but both teams pulled together and were able to come to play, and they did and played quite hard, so well done. Looking at these maps here, it looks like Backbone picked both of the maps that we played. Is there anything... Oh, I guess, actually, no. Dragonshire was picked up by Noodle Fiasco. That's right. All right. So, but you guys ended up picking this last map. Is Shrines one of your stronger maps, or...
we haven't really played together very much, so I just try to, if I'm the one in charge of picking maps, I just try to pick the maps that are the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Or it requires, the least amount of rotation or coordination or anything. And that map, everyone just kind of goes to the shrine together, and that's all you really do. So it's the easiest map.
That makes sense, especially if you have some subs coming in or people that you don't necessarily play with all the time. I'm sorry, my dog is very excited about what's happening in the rest of the house, so I apologize for that. Slexi, why don't you take the next question, and I'm going to mute myself for a second.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to ask you about your Vala. I mean, tell me, when you picked the Vala, was it a direct response to that Muradin, or are you is that a hero you enjoy playing? Because you were really focusing that front line down quick.
It wasn't a direct response. It's more that I usually play mages actually, but our other player played Chromie, so I had to pick an auto, and Val is probably just my best auto, so that's why I picked it.
What was going through your guys' mind during the time when they were drafting and you had selected your front line? What was your biggest fear coming out from them?
In which game? Game 1 or Game 2?
Game 2. Sorry, I'm focused on that one. It was really exciting.
Probably just the kill boss. Like, I always worry about people spreading bombs everywhere. So as long as we didn't do that too much, I figured it would be okay, and everyone did a pretty good job of not spreading.
Yeah, I definitely agree. For the first game, it seemed like, you guys had some back and forth fights, but sticking together as a team seems to be a strong point for you. Do you feel that there was any point that you knew, okay, we win? Besides when it was obvious you're marching that night straight to the core. Did you have any inkling beforehand?
I'd say when we got like the double keep, it's pretty hard to lose on that map after that, because you can just like sit as 5 and wait till someone has to clear the catapults and then fight. So I'd say once we got double keep, we're in pretty good shape.
Double keep, the ring around the rosy game begins. Having to clean up, keep it going. So tell us about Ghoul Daddy in game 1. Is Ghoul Dan one of your favorite mages, or was that just chosen out of necessity?
Yeah, I'd say like Gul'dan and Kael'thas are probably the 2 heroes I played the most, so anytime I can get one of those 2, that's generally what I go for if it works with our team comp.
Absolutely. We saw a lot of counter banning in game 2 of heroes that were picked in game 1. Were you scared of any of those players? Was it just respect bans, things you didn't want to deal with, or denying comfort picks? What was your plan there?
Probably more denying comfort picks. I think it's always like, especially in like lower divisions, it's always best to just ban like what you see the other team play, because it's probably what they're comfortable on, rather than trying to ban meta stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it's meta but no one plays it, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very true. So what can you tell us about you joining Backbone? You are a new member of Backbone, is that right? I mean, it's a new team, right? Because Backbone, it was Backbone VC last season. Now it's Backbone AI. What can you tell us about the punctuation in your name?
Yes, this is a burning question.
I actually have no idea, like, if they had a team last season or not. I think I asked them at one point, and they said they didn't. As for me, like, I had a different team, like, the past few seasons, but more or less everyone kind of stopped playing. So at, like, the last minute, I decided I want to play this season, and this was one of the teams that still had room, so that's why I ended up on them.
Very good. Well, it seems like they're utilizing you to the fullest ability. What team were you on last season?
I can't remember if we were called either Team Awesome Sauce or
yes, the team
TX
without a logo.
A lot.
Yes, the team without a logo.
That's right. Yeah.
Very
Looks
good.
Looks like you have a fan in chat. Ragnarok is excited for your interview.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was almost on his team at one point, so that's probably why.
Yeah. So I that's really funny. Well, I'm glad that you guys were able to play tonight, and you guys played very, very well. I guess if there's any questions for Akash in chat, go ahead and throw those out.
Yeah, let's throw those out. I'm fresh out of questions because I'm a noob at this stuff.
Yeah, this is I believe this is Slexia's first NGS cast. Is that correct?
My first cast outside of Bone Breakage. Yes, absolutely.
Well, bone breakage, that sounds really uncomfortable. I guess it depends what you're into, but wow. All right. Good stuff there. So tell us a little bit more about I guess, where you see the team going this season.
We've definitely been getting a lot better as compared to how we started off. Like, we had a lot of, like, no one really knew what to do with the, like, we hadn't ever played together before, so we were switching up roles a lot. So now I think we've kind of settled into roles if we have like our full team on. So I think we'll only get better as the season goes.
Absolutely. So you guys have, this will be your third match played. And that will put you tied for first with Nexus Cats and Frank's Furters with 7 points.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. All right, very good. So, are you? What do you think about the competition of Frank's Furters, Nexus Cats? Looks like Luciodology has done pretty well so far as well.
I think we lost to Frankfurters already. I think that was the first game we played. That was close, but like the games could have gone either way. But we lost, so they're probably right about the same level as we are. The other two teams, I haven't like watched any games yet, so I don't really know what to think of them.
Yeah, very interesting. Frankfurters has come out strong this season from the gates. And I think I actually cast that game as well.
I think you did.
Yeah,
I remember I was listening to the interview. And they said that was the first game they've won ever in NGS or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that meant we were going to do really badly, but apparently they're just a lot better this season.
Things have seemed to be clicking quite well for the Furters. They have got all their Franks figured out. That's what I'm going to say about that, I guess. All right. Well, let's see. It looks like we're not going to get any questions from chat, which is fine because we have taken up enough of your time. Do you have any shout outs before we let you go, sir?
Just shout out to my team, and I guess that's about it. A shout out to you guys for casting.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for being here. And
yeah, thanks.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, toodaloo. All right, well, there you have it, guys. There's Akash, who is leading the team to victory tonight over Noodle Fiasco with a 2-0. Oh my goodness. Mongoose22 has followed. That's right. Thanks everybody for being here in chat. It's got a lot of people to thank for sure. But while I look through that list, Slexia, thank you so much for being here.
It was my absolute pleasure. The nerves subsided a bit when I was like, wait, I know this game, but I just don't know how to put things into words.
That's right. Well, I think you did fantastic, especially for your first time. I will be your co-caster in the near future.
No, I like not having to do any of the work and just talking. It's great.
Well,
Thank you for having me.
You just saw through my plan, so foiled once again.
No, I truly appreciate it. This is a different side of HOTS for me. Usually I'm the more salty player, losing the matches, picking that double mage, taking that loss. But here I am, standing above it all, just watching.
Well, don't hurt your arm patting yourself on the back, but
I didn't.
You do deserve some kudos for sure. It's funny when Slexi's like, hey, I want to co-cast. I was like, sweet. And she's like, so what do I do? Do I have to get some kind of a rubber turkey or something to do this?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, it's a chicken, but you could have a rubber turkey.
I didn't know. I didn't know what I needed to do. Everyone's in ties. I'm like, do I need to buy a formal gown? How do we go about this? And so how about you just use a Snapchat filter pic while I sit here in my pajamas and just do nothing?
And that's what we did, and that's why we're here. But I'm glad this game happened. But honestly, and for reals, thank you for being here and co-casting. It's so much more fun to co-cast to do a cast when you have a co-caster, someone to hang out and keep everybody in line and kick them out of the lobby when everybody and their friends decide to hop on into a season game. I think you got a couple of them out of there.
No, I couldn't interact with them.
Oh.
So I just sat there and did nothing. Literally all I've done this game is look at chat and hold my pen like I'm gonna take notes, but I didn't do that either.
It's okay, no one could see. No one has to know.
Yeah.
Your secret is safe with me and everybody else who's watching.
I do have a couple doodles I'm happy to share at a later time.
All right. Well, where would people be able to find those doodles? Where can people find you and your amazing stuff?
Well, you can definitely find me once every quarter streaming on twitch.tv/Slexia. And maybe I'll share the doodles there. But it's probably, the chances are pretty slim. You can definitely follow me on Twitter and be my third follower if you would like. Or just imagine what my doodles may have been, and whoever's closest gets to see what it actually was.
Did you just... No, never mind. I'm going to go back and clip that because it's fun. All right.
What was it?
And what is the name of your Twitter? Because I want to hear you say it.
Sparkles.
You have to say it with an accent, right?
It's sparkles. It's sparkles. SHPARKLEZZ.
I love it. You can find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus, twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. I think that's going to do it for us here. I just want to thank some people in chat. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay. I backed up too far. I'm like a week ago now. It's no longer any good. Dark X333, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for participating in chat. Bahamut, thank you so much for the follow and for the host with 28 viewers. I hope your casting went well. I know you picked up a couple games. Slexia, I don't know who that is, but they hosted me with a viewer.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The viewer was me.
Perfect. You hosted yourself.
Secrets out.
So Tat Hots, thank you for the follow. Dark X333 has followed somehow again. Corix V has followed, and Mongoose22. Thanks everybody for being here. I think that's gonna do it for us, and we will.
Thank you so much for all of the Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dark as well. You know, he tilts me more than anyone I've ever played with, but the fact that he sat here and watched this game and even cheered some bits to you deserves some respect, some kudos. Thank you.
Chicken honks of thanks.
Oh, I wish I had a turkey to honk.
I'm gonna clip that too.
It was supposed to be ended right there. I wish I had a turkey to honk. End.